Hi guys, welcome back. I'm so excited to be making this video. I've had a terribly long semester. I don't know what it's like at other schools, but our D2 fall is exceptionally difficult. So I won't go into that, but there's a lot of things that have changed since I last posted. If you notice anything different, let me know. Actually, I got Invisalign through an orthodontist. We're not doing Smile Direct. We don't believe in that. But I've had a great experience with my orthodontist, and if you can tell, if you look at previous videos of mine, you can definitely tell that these babies have changed. Another big update is that my husband got into dental school, so that's super exciting. I'm glad because we've done pretty much everything together, and now we get to go through this journey together. Well, I get to guide a little bit, but I think that's amazing. So December 2nd was a really exciting day in our family, but it was also a day when kids that I tutored, when I spoke to them, either their sibling was applying or they were applying, and they either got waitlisted or even some students got denied, or family friends that we have. So I wanted to make this video because I think a lot of times we forget that there's still things that we can do and that the cycle is very long. People think like December 2nd is the end-all be-all, and that's just not the case. This video is to help you guys out so that you can make the right decisions based on whatever your situation was, whether you were waitlisted, whether you're still waiting to hear back and you haven't heard anything, or whether you were denied. So stick around because I'm going to throw a couple of tidbits to you guys so you guys can get through the rest of the cycle. December 2nd didn't go the way that you wanted it to, right? Let's say that you either got waitlisted or denied or you didn't hear back. So the first thing that I want you to do is to take a step back and evaluate your application, right? That's where we should start. Let's think about when you applied. Did you apply late, right? Because if you applied kind of late, schools probably haven't even gotten to your application yet, or they got to other applications first and they're kind of waiting to see where they're going to stick you as far as their process goes. Or if you did get denied, then they already made a decision either based on the fact that you had an interview with them, or maybe on the fact that those applications you made didn't make the initial cuts. Whatever it is, let's take a look at your application. If you applied late and you just haven't heard back, just think about the fact that you're still in the running, and we'll be able to do something about this a little later in the video. Also, think about things that you may have missed. Maybe they have an in-state preference and you're just not in state. Maybe they have a specific requirement, like Loma Linda, I think, requires a letter of recommendation from your religious leader. And if you miss little things like that, I think ASDO might have a requirement of a letter from your volunteer coordinator, and if you haven't done a ton of volunteering and you just didn't have that required letter, maybe that's why you're still waiting, or you got denied, or you didn't hear back, right? So make sure that you cross your I's and dot your T's and make sure that you're not missing any of the requirements before you start going crazy. Okay, that's really, really important. Another important thing that you can do, let's say that you are waiting. You haven't heard back or you got waitlisted. I want you guys to take a step back and think about whether or not you took advantage of the academic update. What is the academic update? The academic update is an optional process that you can do. After you have inputted your entire application and you've inputted grades and they've been verified, there is a window or a period where you can actually input your new grades of any coursework that was in progress while you were applying, that will allow the schools to see, okay, they did pretty well in physics too, right? They just took that, they hadn't seen that grade before. If you have one or more of those to enter and you did well, do it, right? It doesn't hurt. It lets the school know, hey, something's new for this applicant. So very important to use the academic update if you haven't done it. For this cycle, if you're watching, I believe it's December 4th through February 3rd of 2020. So double check that. If you're watching during a different cycle, just check to see when the academic update period is. If you are waiting or have been waitlisted, Think about a letter of intent. So what is a letter of intent? I want you guys to remember one thing. The schools are very busy this time of year, especially the first few days that they get back. You don't want to harass them, you don't want to pester them, but you want them to know that you're still interested, right? So a really cool idea, and this is not by any means like the standard of every school or anything like that, like they expect you to do this. I just feel like this is a nice touch. It lets them know you're still interested. This letter goes in your file and it doesn't hurt, right? It doesn't hurt at all. It's a very respectful way to contact the school. So what would I put in a letter of intent? I would just put why I'm still interested in that school, specific reasons why, not BS. I would put what I've been working on, if I have any new volunteering, if I have any new shadowing, if I have any new experiences. And if you want to have someone send in a new letter of recommendation, it also wouldn't hurt. So go ahead and try all of those things. It'll go in your file, and hopefully the next time that it's in front of someone from the committee, they'll be able to take a look at it and say, hey, we want to give this person a shot. Let's give them an interview. Or hey, maybe this person's the one that, this person's still vying for that spot from the waitlist, okay? And all schools have a different way of dealing with waitlists, so it just depends on where you're applying. But again, the letter of intent can't hurt. Now I want to address my people that were denied. You guys are amazing, right? You wouldn't be applying to dental school if you weren't amazing. It's just that everyone is amazing applying. So it's very competitive, right? And it gets more and more competitive each year. When you're denied, please don't fret. I hope that you applied to more than one school, right? And I hope that you're still waiting on other schools. But let's say you were denied to at least one school on December 2nd. And then if you're watching next year on December 1st. So what you want to do is get something out of this experience. Granted, some schools are more receptive than others, but you want to go ahead and be respectful and try calling and asking them why it was that you were denied so that you can improve as an applicant and come back stronger next year. And let me stress this, please do not be cocky. Please do not call asking, demanding why you didn't get in. Please don't sound like you deserve to be in there. Be humble, like we don't deserve anything. We're all just applying, trying to get somewhere, and they're the ones in day out reviewing your applications, and that's a tedious process. So be kind, be humble, call and ask. Some schools will literally tell you what they want you to work on, and some schools might not be as open, but it's worth a shot. And if you have new interviews coming up and it had something to do with your interview, that'd be great to have that piece of information. Or if you have to reapply next cycle, it'd be great to know what you could change to do better. So don't miss that opportunity, okay? Again, like I always tell you guys, the cycle is really long. Please don't give up just because the first round of acceptances went out. This is just the first step in your career. I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope that it inspires a lot of you that are still waiting. Geez, like, time will fly. You will even forget that this happened. I remember sitting the first day of class and them announcing that someone in our class was actually called a couple weeks before school started, and they made it. So don't fret, please keep your options in mind open. Like to tell you guys that if you are wanting to see my day-to-day life, just me as a general dental student, just go to my Instagram, Josie Dental, @JosieDental. There you can see absolutely everything. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.